It is now my pleasure to inaugurate Nicole H. Bixler, DO, MBA, FACOFP, a leader with great passion for osteopathic family medicine and a strong desire for the ACOFP to achieve its service mission on behalf of the membership. I know she will serve our specialty well during her presidential year. Nicole, at any given time, the appropriate leader steps to the helm, and now is no different. You are wise, honest, and caring. Our plans for a great big celebration were changed by COVID. But I have to tell you what, in a sense, I'm happy, because if it hadn't been for that, I wouldn't have this opportunity to do this. And it's so special to me to be able to inaugurate you as our next president. I love you so much. You mean so much, and you mean so much to this nation and this profession. Dr. Nicole Bixler, you have been selected by the members of the American College of Osteopathic Family Physicians for the office of president. You are charged with the responsibility of providing leadership for our organization before government agencies of health and welfare, national and state medical associations, and the public. You are charged with the responsibility of naming able committee leadership that will diligently carry out the activities assigned to the committees and to successfully promote the programs of the college in such a manner that our mission and vision will be achieved. I know that you will accept these responsibilities and that you will bring great credit to our osteopathic profession. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I hereby affirm.
I hereby affirm.
That I, Nicole H. Bixler, DO.
That I, Nicole H. Bixler, DO.
Will do all in my power.
Will do all in my power.
To uphold the Constitution and bylaws.
To uphold the Constitution and bylaws.
Of the American College of Osteopathic Family Physicians.
Of the American College of Osteopathic Family Physicians.
And during this year.
And during this year.
Will carry out the duties of the president.
Will carry out the duties of the president.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
And that I will deal justly, fairly, and impartially.
And that I will deal justly, fairly, and impartially.
With all matters that come before me.
With all matters that come before me.
To this I solemnly pledge.
To this I solemnly pledge.
Ladies and gentlemen, the president of the American College of Osteopathic Family Physicians for 2020 through 2022, Nicole Bixler. Nicole, it is now my pleasure to present you with the presidential ring.
Thank you. It does fit.
And it fits.
It fits. It still fits from March.
So,
yeah. All right. Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Well, thank you. And I greatly appreciate all that Dr. Grove and the ACOFP has done to be able to make this night a reality for me. It certainly isn't the way we had planned to do it in New Orleans, but I agree. I think things happen for a reason, and this was meant to be. So Dr. Grove being my greatest mentor, friend, and someone who has made me get to this point, it means a lot for you to be able to inaugurate me as president. So thank you very, very much. And I would like to take the opportunity, though, to quickly introduce my family, the people who actually support me the most to be able to do all that I do for our profession. So first, my husband, Dr. Brian Bixler. My daughters, Lily Bixler, Ellery Bixler, and Avery Bixler. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm so excited to be your president, and we're going to have an interlude right now to show you a slideshow of so many memories of my family and all the things that are important to me in my profession. Thank you.
Yeah, my friend, it seems your eyes are troubled. time with me? Would you say you're feeling low and so a good idea would be to get it off your mind? See you and me have a better time than most can dream of, better than the best. So can pull on through whatever tears it does, whatever holds us down, and if nothing can be done, we'll make the best of what's around. Turns out not well, but who you're with that really matters. That really matters, yeah. And hurts not much when you're around. When you're around, and if you hold on tight to what you think is your thing, you might find you're missing all the rest. Well, she ran up into the light, surprised. Her arms are open, her mind's eyes, seeing things from another side that most can dream at, better than the best. So can pull on through whatever tears it does, whatever holds us down, and if nothing can be done, she made the best of what's around. Turns out not well, but what you think that really matters, that really matters, that really matters, that really matters, yeah. See you and me have a better time than most can dream of, better than the best. So can pull on through whatever tears it does, whatever holds us down, and if nothing can be done, we make the best of what's around. Turns out not well, but what you think that really matters, that really matters, yeah. And hurts not much when you're around, when you're around, yeah, la la, oh, oh, yeah, la, oh, oh, yeah.
Good evening, family, friends, and colleagues. It is my honor to finally address you as the president of the ACOFP. This is certainly not how I envisioned this evening taking place, but I am fortunate to have an accommodating board of governors, a creative ACOFP staff, and the support of my family and closest friends to bring you the first, and hopefully the last, virtual inauguration of the ACOFP president. As I initially prepared for this week of the ACOFP convention in March, I planned to highlight leaders of our profession, introduce new and restructured committees, and celebrate the 70th anniversary of the ACOFP in a grand and festive New Orleans style. Unfortunately, COVID-19 had other plans, and 2,000 attendees were unable to exchange osteopathic hugs, engage in the process of the Congress of Delegates, and recognize deserving award recipients. And we certainly didn't get to have that parade down Bourbon Street in New Orleans. But fortunately, it did not stop the ACOFP. It did not stop us from educating our members or from the forward trajectory of this great organization. As we transition to everything virtual, we have been able to proceed with many of our initiatives, including the Task Force on Convention Innovation, which could not have come at a better time. We have been able to produce 2 comprehensive CME events in the past 7 months. Our ACOFP 20 virtual and the newly redesigned Intensive Osteopathic Update. And we look forward to the programming here at OMED over the next few days. We have witnessed the dedication and professionalism of the newly formed Health and Wellness Committee, as they have provided a robust COVID-19 resource center and moderated numerous virtual doctors' lounges. We have been able to recognize our award recipients, fellows, and distinguished fellows in our OFP journal and numerous social media outlets. The call for volunteers for our new task force on racism in health was met with such an astounding response that we are in the process of delineating work groups to be able to accommodate everybody's time and talent. We continue with our collaboration with the AOBFP and ACOFP Foundation to promote osteopathic board certification in family medicine and the opportunity for the early entry certification pathway with financial scholarships. And in the coming months, I look forward to highlighting amazing female leaders of our profession through a variety of articles, podcasts, and blogs. So the irony of giving my address to you this evening is that many of the things that I had planned to share with you as my presidential initiatives have already become a reality. So I guess it can be said that this just might be the year of virtual reality. At this time, I would like to take the opportunity to thank the many people who have made this very moment a reality for me. As there are way too many people in this category, my apologies in advance for those who are not mentioned by name. To my Pennsylvania mentors, Dr. Robert Danoff and Dr. Jeffrey Lindenbaum, for giving me my first opportunities in the osteopathic profession for leadership, and for always supporting me along the way. In the words of the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, women should be in all places where decisions are being made. It should not be the exception for women. In that vein, I would like to thank Drs. Mary Burnett, Jan Zirin, and Carol Henwood for being the only other 3 female physicians to hold this position in the ACOFP in its 70-year history. I am honored to be a part of your elite club. To Dr. Ronnie Martin for encouraging me to apply for the ACOFP Board of Governors when I did not have faith in myself to do so, and for always having the right words of encouragement at the right time. To my entire ACOFP Board of Governors and amazing ACOFP staff, for being there for me in a very emotional and difficult week in March, and for doing the hard work of this organization. Everything we have done in the past 7 months has been nothing short of exceptional, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. To my colleagues at Immediate Medcare and Family Doctor of Spring Hill, for always covering me in my absence and providing compassionate care to our patients. To Dr. Greg James and his wife Holly, who I cherish as dear friends and who exemplify that you can make family and medicine work. To Dr. Jeffrey Grove, who asked me to move to Florida and come work with him 13 years ago, a transition that truly has changed my life and for which I am forever grateful. Words cannot express the gratitude that I have for your mentorship, guidance, love, and support that you have given to me and my family. Although this was not how I envisioned becoming the president and being installed this evening, in many ways, it seems like this was probably the way it was always meant to be. Thank you to you and Jerry for making this a memorable evening that I will always cherish. To my parents, who instilled the values of loyalty, responsibility, and hard work for me and my sister, Dr. Kelly Heath. If only they could still be with us, both physically and mentally, to see that their daughters continually succeed as physician mothers. To my in-laws, Bob and Vicki Bixler, who have raised the most perfect son and who've accepted me unconditionally as their own daughter. I thank you for all of your kind words, actions, and deeds in the support of your family. To my own daughters, Avery, Ellery, and Lily, may you always know your worth. May you never stop chasing your dreams and always try to be the cloud in someone's rainbow. My greatest success will be your future health and happiness. I love you all very much. And now, to the person who completes my existence, my equal partner in our journey of life, the most amazing husband, father, and physician I know, my happiness, Brian. None of this is possible without you, and I thank you for your endless support in all of my endeavors. Because as you know, it is not where you are, but who you are with that really matters. And my dear, you are the best of what's around. In closing, I would like to use the word virtual that has become such a part of our daily vernacular in an acronym form to provide a summation of what I feel 2020 has been and where we are headed in 2021. V, vulnerable. The way we all felt in mid-March as our schools, medical practices, and communities shut down and had to transition to new ways of learning, practicing, and surviving. A time where we all felt very ill-prepared. I, isolated, both physically and emotionally, as our lives shut down in an effort to remain safe from an invisible virus. R, resilient, as evidenced by our frontline workers who live and work every day in the most demanding and difficult situations, with many giving the ultimate sacrifice for the cause. T, thought-provoking. At a time where we all have to take a deeper look inside, in this time of a pandemic and strained racial relations in our country, to see what we can do better to be part of the cure. U, understanding. To achieve a common ground of respect for others, to realize that we all have a backstory, we all have a perceived truth, and we all have a set of circumstances that put us where we are today. Accountable. Being held responsible for our thoughts, words, actions, and often most importantly, our reactions. And L, lifelong. Once this pandemic is cured, ceased, and is no longer a part of our day-to-day, and once there is some semblance of equity and peace amongst all of those in our country, there will still be long-term manifestations on our mental and physical well-being. I think that is the time that osteopathic family physicians will truly shine, to be able to use our skills and knowledge to treat our patients, families, and communities holistically, to be role models in our behaviors, actions, and deeds, to be responsible advocates for our profession and for our patients, and to combine all of those skills to lead towards a path of wellness. At the ACOFP, we take the responsibility of representing you in our profession with the utmost sincerity and professionalism. If you are already a member of the ACOFP, thank you for your willingness to trust us in being able to represent you. If you are not a member, I hope that we can show you the value of a commitment to your specialty college. Either way, I look forward to partnering with you and leading the ACOFP in our journey and our collective good work together. Thank you so much for your time and attention this evening. I look forward to a great tenure as your president.